Welcome again to MG Sports TV. Thank you very much for joining me, people. Really, really appreciate it. Yes, another day of football, and specifically another day of disciplinary action taking place in football. ISA has really, really stand still on their sanctions and stand still on their beaten, I would say, for some of the schools. So apparently, two teams now have been X'd out of the schoolboy football competition. One from Manning Cup, one from the Casa Cup, and also they have been barred from participating in the 2024 Schoolboy Football Commission. That is a huge extent. That's good. That's a far let them go for really do that still. That all the way at 2024 get affected. Anyway, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna go through, we're gonna read the press release, and we're gonna also look at what ISA said happened. These are the details. This is the details. This is what ISA said happened, and the reason why their sanctions were so heavy. Anyways, please do, people, before getting to that, please do hit that like button and hit the subscribe button. Join the family, people. Join the family. Hit the subscribe button. Just join the family. Anyways, too much chatting and less action. Let's get straight into the action. It's very, very important that we do so. Lights, camera, action. So, Kellits and Hinzwood I will no longer participate in the Schoolboy Football Commission due to the use of ineligible players. Also, both schools have been barred from participating in the 2024 Schoolboy Football Commission. That's next year competition, people. You see how far? Next year, then get hit up to next year competition, both schools. Now, ISA have made a reply. ISA had made a reply about the situation. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna read a bit more on the details so you guys can hear. So this is what, listen to this now, people. The Intersecondary School Sports Association Disciplinary Committee met on Friday, October 6, 2023, to investigate the use of ineligible players by Innswood High, Manning Cup, and Kellis High at the Costa Cup. The disciplinary committee found that both had used an ineligible player in their respective competitions based on the severity of the offense. The following rulings were made, which means that serious, really, really serious. One, both Innswood and Kellis have been suspended for the remainder of the 2023 Manning Cup and the Casa Cup competition, respectively, with immediate effect. Two, both Innswood and Kellis have been barred from participating in the 2024 Manning Cup and the Casa Cup competition, respectively. Three, the suspension only applies to the Manning Cup and the Casa Cup competitions, which means, like champs, whatever, all other competition, they will be able to play. So this only goes for schoolboy football. The suspension only applies to Manning Cup. Oh, just read that, yeah. ISA will continue to its investigation into the breaches committed by both schools and were applicable and appropriate sanctions to any individuals found to be complicit in this matter. Yeah, so ISA really, really standing strong on their grounds now. Definitely. Now, the big question that has been asked right across the story is what happened? Why is it that they didn't see the same sanctions for Jamaica College, the same sanctions for Heidel that these two schools would have gotten? But before we do that, because that question asked, let's read the reply that ISA sent regarding to these specific two sanctions. One, so Carol Bogie, definitely big up yourself, Carol. Please explain the difference between what happened with the two Manning Cup teams recently and these two cases, because something doesn't look right. One, so ISA replied, different circumstances for each cases. Case one, player registered but did not meet eligibility criteria. Case two, player's registration incomplete and allowed to play based on misinterpretation of rules. 3 and 4, which is the last two, players not registered nor eligible to play but fraudulently presents ID to participate. Clearly, the same punishment could not be applicable in the same cases. No, first of all, let's go. I want to go into the comment section and tell me what's your thoughts on these explanation by Issa. What do you think about these explanation by Issa? Because many persons are saying, oh crap. Never realized never that show. Let me just fix this, people. My sincere apologies. Good. So my sincere apologies, people. So those are those are the answers from Issa. I actually thought that he was showing. So those are the answers from Issa. So as I'm saying, what are your thoughts? Let me just read through it. Both circumstances are different circumstances. One player registered but did not meet eligibility criteria. Two, the first one, I think that would have been JC. The player was registered but did not meet the criteria to participate in the schoolboy football competition. So that's where they lost the player. Lost it. But the player was registered. Case two, players. This is with Idel. Players registration incomplete. So they didn't complete their registration and allowed to play based on misinterpretation of the rules. So basically, there was a misunderstanding within the rules. They allowed them to play, maybe waiting on the completion of their registration. Remember, players' registration incomplete and allowed to play based on that. So because of misinterpretation, they played. So maybe that was just a small issue via where our small misinterpretation by Issa allowed the player to play, and then in turn realized that the player was not shouldn't have been playing. So that's what I got from it. That's my paraphrase of it. It can be right, but definitely read it for yourself and take what you can take from it. That's what I paraphrase from it. Case 3 and 4 now, which has to do with Idle and not Idle. My apologies. 3 and 4, Kellis and. You can imagine if we really forget the school. Kellis are injured. We can't believe we forget the school. What do they call it? Brain fart? Yeah. Anyways, 3 and 4, players not registered nor eligible to play, but fraudulently present ID. So basically, players not registered, so more than likely not registered for his school, nor eligible to play, but fraudulently present ID to participate. So the question is, whose ID? Where does this ID come from? How did they obtain that ID? Those are the questions. Good. So these are the cases. Players not registered. Not registered. That's serious. Nor eligible. What is the eligibility? If you don't register, obviously, you don't register to school, obviously, attendance, grades, subjects, or age. Our age also could be the factor. But fraudulently present ID to participate. How did they get the ID there? Where did that ID come from? So maybe that's one of the case. Maybe that's the reason why. Because fraud is involved in this one. So that could be the case or the reason why their sanction was so heavily laid. Could be. But based off this interpretation, based off this message, that's what Issa said. And that would have been clearly what they interpreted as. So the thing is now, people, with this being said, this opens the door to a lot of interpretations, a lot of misunderstanding, a lot of speculation, and I do think that when coming out open up, and I really have said this now, it kind of make it very, very complicated. Let me tell you why I make it complicated. If Issa would have done what they did with JC and Heidel, said, hey, you know what, ineligible player, touch on the wrist, 3-year probation, carry on. I do think that many persons would have maybe looked past it. I say, all right, one more school get caught. But because the schools were banned and also barred from participating in the next competition, you're gonna get a feeling of big school versus small school. That's all I message them when we get from morning. That's what they're saying. That's what the students are saying. That's what coaches, that's what athletes, that's what many people are, the fans, the supporters, and many call me get from morning, and most of them is in the aspects of big school versus small school. Big school get away with anything, small school, big school gets a tap on the wrist, small school get thrown into prison. Some in that context, people. So that's what's happening. And really and truly, because them leave the door for so many misinterpretation. I do think that you will continue to see these things being talked about. It will just continue like that. And even with this morning, someone really said, does this really disrupt the integrity of the competition? The same big school, small school issue. And for me personally, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know what's happening behind the disciplinary committee. I don't know what they're doing. I can't tell. I don't know some of the rules or the guidelines that requires eligibility and requires some schools being disciplinary in some manner. So there's a lot of things a lot of information for me to get, for me to really know these things. So I'm not. I did study law, but I'm not a lawyer to decipher all of these information. But it's an interesting one, and as I said, I'll leave the door open for a lot of misinterpretation, and a lot of questions will be asked, and a lot of things will be said. Anyways, people in the comment section, tell us what you think. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're here for the first time. And I'll see you guys again. Until next time, MG Sports TV people. We are out. Boom.